Casey Groves is the remaining founding member. She plays mostly mandolin in our sets these days, and she sings and writes songs. Abigail Washburn plays the banjo and sings. Kristin Andreassen also plays guitar, sings, plays fiddle, and dances in our shows. And our newest member is Sharon Gilchrist, and she plays bass and mandolin and sings. This group actually started as a project that Casey Groves, she got together with a friend of hers and recorded a CD of songs with a friend of hers that she really enjoyed singing with. And since they were two women, they thought, wouldn't it be cool if we got all women to record with us? And then after they made the project, they decided to do some CD release shows and put together all women bands for the CD release shows. And it was just kind of a thing that they thought they would do for a few shows, and that was going to be it. And it just sort of took on a life of its own, and she's kept it going. So the thing that connects all of us is that there aren't a lot of young women in the string band scene. So everybody in the band knew Casey, so she's the tie. She's the one that connected all of us, and so as she needed different instrumentalists, she called each of us up and sort of roped us in, and so now it's solidified as this lineup. And we do a variety of kind of string band numbers. There's old-time music and bluegrass and original stuff, a lot of vocals, and so it's so nice of you all to come and sit out there in the sun just to listen to us. We're honored. Of course, there's lots and lots of great music all day here, and lots more coming up after us, so stick it out. You know, I was noticing, if any of you have been over trying to buy corn dogs or anything like I was earlier, you have to go and get a special kind of money that they have here. They're using picks for script here. And I was thinking, looking around up here on stage, like most stages where there's bluegrass and old-time music, there's some picks laying around up here. I think I'm going to treat the band to corn dogs after this set.
So what were those first two we played?
Oh, why, kind of you to ask, Abby.
Yeah, I've always wondered.
Well, that first one we played was one that you wrote words for.
Oh, right.
We play a combination of old-time traditional music and original stuff and some bluegrass, and so that first number that we played for you is one that's pretty representative of the sort of thing that goes on in this band. We took an old-time fiddle tune, and Abby wrote some words for it and added another part, and it became this thing we call Coffee's Cold. And then we did an old gospel number for you that comes from E.C. Ball from North Carolina called Warfare. And now we're going to do another traditional one called Sugar Babe. You've probably heard 30 million versions of this one. This is just one more.
1, 2, 3. I got no sugar baby now. I got no sugar honey baby now. cradle when you're gone. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. Sugar, honey, baby, now.
I grew up with old-time music. My dad is a really great old-time musician, Dan Gellert. I don't know if you would have run across him, but he lives in northern Indiana. And so I grew up hearing this kind of music. My parents had a string band when I was a kid and, played at festivals. And so I grew up hearing this stuff and being around the music a lot. And I started playing classical violin in grade school when I was 10. And, but I always loved old-time music and listened to it all the time. And when I moved for college, when I was 18, I moved down to North Carolina to go to school, and there was a really great music scene in Asheville where I went to school, and so I started playing old-time fiddle tunes and playing for dances and getting out to sessions and stuff. So that's kind of how I got started.
So what do you think of my brand new capo? I just seconds ago bought this from the nice people over at the First Quality Music Supply tent over here because I think we left ours in the van and they were so kind as to bring one over to the stage. So make sure you go strings and picks and guitars from them. They're nice people. I'd like to introduce you to this young woman who's no stranger to the world of bluegrass. She's been playing bluegrass since she was about 6. She played in a family band with her brother, and they used to travel around the country in a van, in a big old bus called the Blue Night Express. And I think that was the name of the band too, was it? More or less. And she's been playing mandolin since she was just a little teeny thing. She's still just a little teeny thing. She's originally from Dallas. Lived in Nashville for a long time. Now she makes her home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. She wrote this next song, and it's featured on our EP called Raise a Ruckus that we're selling. So please make her welcome. This next song is about her grandfather. She's a lovely young woman. Please make her welcome. Her name is Sharon Gilchrist.
Thank you so much. Well, I always love to play in Kentucky because the people are so nice here. There's a good chance I'm related to probably a lot of you out there. I have a lot of family in Kentucky, especially, has anyone heard of Providence, Kentucky? All right. Well, my family out there, I have, two sides of the family out there, the Walkers and the Blackwells. And that's where my mom's side of the family comes from. My mom was actually born in Evansville, Indiana. They had to take the ferry boat over to Evansville and while my grandmother was in labor, so we stayed in Evansville last night. It was a very special stay for us all because of that very fact there. But anyways, this next song was written about my grandfather, Ernest Walker, and it was a story of how he was raised. He was orphaned at a very young age, and he told me the story. I was really close to him. He told me the story of how he was sent out at 9 years old just walking. He was wearing overalls, and somebody gave him a little knapsack with some bread in it and told him to go find some work and a place to live. So this is all about that. Little boy, put your feet to the ground. Don't look back, don't turn around. Ain't got no father and you ain't got no mother. Better keep one foot in front of the other. Who's gonna call you? Who's gonna feed you? Who's gonna love you? Better keep one foot in front of the other. Little boy ain't got no home, got no place to call your own. Aunts and uncles there to pull, leave you standing outside the door. Who's gonna call you? Who's gonna clothe you? Who's gonna hold you? Better keep one foot in front of the other. Little boy, you've gone so far. Little feet are tired and sore. Ate all your bread and you ate all your honey. Two little hands better make you some money. Who's gonna call you? Who's gonna take you? Who's gonna know you? Better keep one foot in front of the other.
All the way from Brooklyn, New York. She sings, she dances, she plays multiple instruments. She's simply unstoppable. Her name is Kristin Andreassen. Well, we draw a lot of repertoire from old recordings, from 78s and field recordings. But there's also, everybody in the band writes stuff. Mostly I write tunes, and other folks in the band write songs with lyrics, tunes as opposed to songs. Some of it I think sounds like old-time music and some of it doesn't, but we're putting it into a string band context, which sort of is what makes it all cohesive. So there's traditional material and there's our original stuff, some of which was written by individuals in the band and some of which is collaborative. We've written some band stuff, which is fun. But the fact that we're playing everything on the same instruments, it's the same people doing it, that's the thing that connects it. And I'm the one in the band who's probably the most hardcore traditionalist. And so it's been an interesting sort of journey for me with this group to fit in the new material and feel like it worked. But I think we've been together long enough now that it's starting to create its own sound. And so it's a fun combination, I think. There has definitely been an evolution, mainly because the personnel has rotated a lot over the years. I mean, this current lineup mostly has been together for about 2 years, so I feel like we've really got a sound that's unique to this group of people. But when the band first started, it was mostly about really beautiful singing, and the repertoire was very widespread, from old time to bluegrass to sort of contemporary singer-songwriter material, and it was very much about the songs and the vocals. And now it's more of a string band thing that's happening. So it's definitely a different sound than it started out as.
All right, this next song is a collaborative effort by the band. It was written late one night at a jam session of some kind. I wasn't there myself, I wasn't in the band yet. I've had the good fortune of joining up with Uncle Earl back in October. A lot's happened since then. I won't get too far ahead of myself there, but anyways, this song came about one night at a jam session. There was a fiddle player there, and Abby on the banjo, and Kristin on guitar, and I'm not sure who all was there, but somehow this little fiddle tune got started one night, and Abby doesn't really remember this, and that might be why there are 2 extra beats in the A part. But this spring we were on the road, and Kristin decided to put some words to this song, and we fondly like to call it Spatula.
I lost my one. what to wear. Every place I wanted to go, been there. But is that how I lost you? Love, I lost my one true. And if I ever cried, I knew it wouldn't last. Candy bars I split, I got the big half. Knew I had strong legs and I could run fast. If I ever cried, I knew it wouldn't last. And is that how I lost you? Love, I lost my one true. I lived up on the mountain and the view was long. Knew the band would always play my favorite song. Crowd of strangers, I knew just how to belong. Lived up on the mountain and the view was long. But is that how I lost you? Love, I lost my one true. Every place I wanted to go, been there. Everything I had enough to share. Never worried, I only wondered what to wear. Every place I wanted to go, been there. Is that how I lost you? Love, I lost my one true. Is that how I lost you? Love, I lost my one true.
We get a lot of questions about, the difference between old time and bluegrass and whether what we're doing is old time music or bluegrass. And this particular band actually does a combination. Casey comes from a real bluegrass background and I come from a real old time background, and everybody sort of has a mixture of different things that they've been influenced by. But old time music is, the predecessor of bluegrass. It's what bluegrass grew out of. And so I often describe it as being sort of the kitchen music version of bluegrass, which is very much a performance-oriented music. And so it's very much about groove and repetitive melodies, and that we don't really take solos usually. Occasionally on songs we'll take breaks, but usually we're all playing together, and it's about making a group sound. And there's a different repertoire. There's some shared repertoire, but there's a pretty wide range of stuff that's bluegrass that old-time musicians usually don't know, and vice versa. So I have to say that I feel like years ago there was more of a rift between old-time and bluegrass musicians, because I think it was just a matter of people not quite understanding what the others were doing. But in the past 10 years or so, I really feel like I've seen a lot of cross-pollination. There are some great old-time string bands these days that are sort of treading the line between old-time and bluegrass. And a lot of great bluegrass bands are getting fiddle tunes from the old-time repertoire, and there's a lot of cross-pollination, a lot of hanging out together and swapping tunes and digging each other's music that I feel like I've seen a lot of in recent years.
All right. Well, how many people were there in my dance workshop this afternoon? Some of you were out there. What are you doing sitting in the... Well, you just like hid from the dance floor back there. All the way back. No, it was really fun. We had a great time. We talked about dance and we danced a little bit. It's dang hot though, so we mostly sat around and talked. But I think I must have worn myself out because I just lost a tap. Did you see that? You know, I never lost a tap on stage before. So you guys are privileged. It's over there on the side. Luckily, it didn't go flying out into the audience.
I think it melted off.
It melted off, probably. Is that what happens to metal? It had vapor lock. Do you guys know about vapor lock? Everybody laughs. Yeah, they know about vapor lock.
Whoever knows about vapor lock and can fix it, we'd like you to go on the road with us. Right. So you can meet us after the show, and we need someone who can unlock our vapor because it took us. We drove from Colorado and it took a lot longer. It would take a long time anyway. It took us a very, very long time to get here. But we're so glad to be here, down where the oxygen is thick and the people are nice, and we're having a good time. Thank you so much for being such a warm and lovely audience. You're nice to look at. Speaking of after the show, this is a very special event for us actually because we have some CDs with us that just arrived in the mail about a week ago. And they're brand new. We've been waiting for this CD to come out for about 10 months now. And Rounder Records decided to pick it up, and we're glad they did. And they helped us get it all put together and packaged up so we could sell them to you today. And they're not available in stores or on the internet or anything. They're just available here today, at least for a while. So, but either way, we'd really like to meet you after the show. We have a little table set up over here next to these dobros and banjos. So we'd love to just be able to talk with you and meet with you after the show. And have you been introduced?
Yeah.
Well, this young woman did not have to come from very far, except that she went to Colorado with us. But she lives only about 3.5 hours from here in Nashville, Tennessee, and she's a songwriter. She also has an album out, and it's going to be out, I think, in the first week of August. Her solo record, and she does a lot of Chinese stuff on there and original songs, and she plays the banjo. That's on Network Records. So you can look at her website. We all have websites, actually. We'll tell you all about it when you come over to our table. But in the meantime, please make her feel welcome. Her name on the banjo is Abigail Washburn.
So in honor of our being right here on the banks of the Ohio, being an all-woman band, we were a little concerned about that when we got here. We were all saying, okay, stick close together, don't go on any walks with anybody. But in honor of that, we're going to do a murder ballad for you. Except in this one, the man dies. It's an Irish one called Willie Taylor. Pressed and sent on sea, dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. She dressed herself up like a sailor. On her breast she wore a star. Her lovely fingers, long and slender, she gave them all just a smear of tar. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. She was one amongst the rest. A silver button flew off her jacket. There appeared her snow-white breast. dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. Said the captain to this fair maid, what misfortune has took you here? I'm in search of my true lover, who you pressed on the other year. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. True lover, tell me what might be his name. Willie Taylor's what they call him, but Fitzgerald is his name. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. If you'll get up tomorrow morning, early as the break of day, there you'll spy your Willie Taylor walking along with a lady gay. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. That she had at her command, and there she shot her Willie Taylor with his bride at his right hand. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. Commander over a vessel for the Isle of Man. Dolly dilly dum dilly dum dum day. We've played for festival audiences and house concerts. I mean, a wide range. We've played in bars and, more folk sort of clubs. And we actually like all of them. I mean, I love a festival gig and I love a house concert. I mean, they both have their own unique qualities that I love. A festival gig is it's a blast. You get to meet so many people and you get to hear so many other great bands and hang out with your friends who are also on the road that you don't get to see much. But a house concert is a unique thing especially when there's no amplification, it's just you and the audience, and I really love that too. And bar gigs are fun too, because people drink and dance and have a party with you, and that's always great. So we do a lot of different venues, and we enjoy them all for different reasons. Dance is definitely important to us. We have a dancer in the band, and we love to have her dance on stage, and the audience always really responds to that. It's a huge part of old-time music. Square dances, circle dances, and also the step dancing like Kristin does. A lot of these tunes, that's their purpose. It's supposed to be dance music, so we hope that people want to dance. We encourage our audiences to dance. I personally have played for lots and lots of dances. The band as a group has not played a whole lot for dances, except at a couple festivals, or here and there we've played for some dances. And it's really fun, because it's, the purpose of the tunes. So it's great. It's a great feeling to play for dancers. I mean, we love it. We haven't had too many opportunities.
I think we have one more for you fine people. Were you introduced? Were you introduced?
No, I wasn't.
Well, singing that last song for you. She's fond of the murder ballads where the guy gets it in the end. Hey, it's only fair. But please make her welcome. She came all the way from Asheville, North Carolina to play for you. She's originally from Elkhart, Indiana. She's a second-generation old-time fiddler. Please make her welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rayna Gellert.
And I have to be sure that you know who this woman with the mandolin over here is, because she's the reason that we're all here. She's the founding member of Uncle Earl, who remains. She's the reason that we all know each other. We all met her at various festivals and workshops and things and loved her. So when she called us and said, come play music, we said, heck yeah. So she lives in Lyons, Colorado. She's a beautiful songwriter and has gorgeous recordings for sale over there, which you should all buy. Her name is Casey Groves.
This is our last number. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. This has been a lot of fun. I think the fun has just started for the evening, so thank you.
Uncle Earl is going to conquer the world.
Right on. That's a good answer.
Well, we do have our international goals. No, we just want to keep getting out there and playing for people, and playing all the different kind of venues that we enjoy, and we want to travel overseas. Abby is fluent in Mandarin and Chinese, and so we've got big plans for Asia. And I really enjoy taking old-time music to other countries. I love meeting other folk musicians from other cultures because it's an instant bond. Everybody, like folk musicians from any country, can relate to each other because it's just a unique position to be in, to be someone who plays an indigenous style of music. And everybody, when you meet a folk musician from another country, it's an immediate bond because we do the same thing, no matter how different the music is. And it's always fun to go to other countries and meet other people who are doing similar things.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Now we're having fun. We're not sure what to do for our encore. Thank you so much, by the way. Would you like to hear sort of an a cappella gospel, or any old thing we want to play? All right, I think we're going to sing something pretty for you. The sound is great, thanks to everyone doing sound and all the people who've been very helpful backstage. And of course, thanks to all you lovely people out there.
So this is a gospel number I learned off of a Alan Lomax field recording from 1937. A woman named Lily Knox sang it in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. And we're going to sing it here for you today. It's called Keys to the Kingdom. Please sing along. That's really the point of gospel, isn't it? I've got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. Go, Gabriel, get the trumpet. Move on down to the sea. Don't you sound the trumpet till you hear from me. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. Take old John on the island, place him in a kettle of oil. Then the angels came from heaven down and told him that the oil wouldn't boil. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. Take old Paul and Silas, place him in jail below. Then the angels came from heaven down, unlocked that prison house door. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. When I get in trouble, I know I done no crime. Wake up, Central in glory. Jesus, come to the phone. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys in my bosom. Carry 'em everywhere I go. got the keys in my bosom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world can't do me no harm. I got the keys to the kingdom. The world